just enjoy. Enjoy this practice in that if there's something, remember, everything we're sharing is invitation only. You may find yourself in a movement that you get so absorbed in that you don't want to yet move on. You want to luxuriate in what you're doing. Then trust that over anything we say. And you can do these practices standing or seated. Feel free to explore them seated if you don't want to stand. Make them your own. There's no right or wrong way. So you don't have to figure out exactly, is the hand perpendicular and 90 degrees to the blobby blahs. Just give yourself the practice and enjoy. There's not a wrong way. This is much more about what you feel than the technicalities of it. Okay. So I like that. You can close your eyes. Also, these practices, you may, once you find your flow with it, if you want to let your eyes relax, you may enjoy it being an even more inner experience. And don't at all worry if you're like, oh, was it left? Was it right? Who cares? Do that then. Just let your body enjoy. Friends, we're just going to start by shaking. So for about a minute, just move everything. Move the hips, bounce. You can just get everything moving. The science of this is you're releasing energy from the nervous system. So you can feel yourself like brushing your arms, flicking. Just be conscious, like, oh, this is some TLC for my nervous system, because we hold emotion and energy in the nervous system. That's just how it rolls. So wiggle the hips, just get everything moving. Make anything up. Thick, brush. You can use your voice as releasing. Just shaking it all off. Animals, watch animals, how incredible they are. When I have 2 puppies, when they play tussle, how I know they're finished, they just sort of stand looking at each other, and then they both shake vigorously, and then they're done. They go to their little cloud beds until the next time, right? So we want to take the wisdom from the animals. They know when to shake.
You can open and close your mouth, blink your eyes, arch your back. You're welcome to do a back bend. Let your body explore any opening stretches or movements that bring release and relief into the whole body. Letting your shoulders move up and down vigorously. We specifically work on areas where we're noticing there's tension. Give that a little extra. Keep going. You can throw it to the ground, flick your fingers, make a sound or a sigh, shake it off.
Give it to the earth. The earth loves it. It's like, please, I'm here every step of the way. Give it to me. I love you. Give it to me.
Hold on to something so you can really shake a leg, grab a chair or a wall. Really get your leg, shake from the hip so that the foot is loose.
Elmo arms. I've got skinny little Elmo arms. Spaghetti arms, spaghetti legs. Bouncing. All right, 10 more seconds. Really give it your best.
Shake the hands really fast. Vigorous hands. Shake hands, shake hands. Faster, 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 faster.
All right. All right, and starting to bring that to a close. Woo! Standing hip width with your feet hip width apart, or if you're seated. Woo! Let's just be in the sensations in our temple, our vessel, our vehicle. Feel the humming, vibrating aliveness in your whole system. Those are happy cells, friends. They're like, yeah, we just went surfing.
Let every cell in your body start smiling.
They are smiling. Like see the nucleus in every cell with like a little yellow happy ball. Oh, all right. And
Oh, let's laugh a little. Keep shaking if you want to and let yourself laugh. Oh,
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 ha,
oh, ha, oh,
ha.
ha.
Ah. Oh, and
Bend your toes backwards and forwards.
letting that laughter settle. And notice, friends, sometimes life can be feeling a little sticky, and that laughter can actually initially seem and feel agitating, and that's okay. There's nothing to force. Sometimes just entering into the laughter, like I can alternate from laugh crying, not like pretty quickly, because underneath that, sometimes if I'm navigating a squeeze chapter in my life, I find unattended sorrow or unattended emotion. And so sometimes that laughter just allows a different emotion or a different release to show up. And please know that that is very healthy and part of our humanness. We want to allow online more often than we deny. If there are tears or there's something to express, we're wired with a self-regulating, cleansing, and healing mechanism. We release salt water because that's another way emotion moves. So just know that sometimes if that laughter really feels agitating, there may be another emotion right tucked behind it that is like, I kind of want some attention. So, all right, over to you, Christopher. No, yes?
You feel anything else, you go right ahead.
Yeah. Friends, as we're standing here now in our center with our feet hip width apart, hands down at our side, or if you're seated, let's tilt our beautiful faces up to the golden sun, that source energy of divine creative intelligence. Let's inhale this golden white light deep into our head center. Exhale, feel it moving through your whole body, out your feet and all the way down to the earth's core. Feel yourself standing in this golden column of light from the heavens to the earth. Inhale now from the earth's core, the loving, compassionate, powerful energy of Mother Earth's love. Inhale this golden white light back up to the heart center. Resting here for a moment. Breathe in deep to the heart center. Exhale long. Inhale again into the heart center. Exhale, returning this light back up to source energy. Inhale, tracing your fingers down and around you, creating a sphere of golden white light. Just move your arms around, trace the sides of this sphere. Feel the energy around you, clear, golden, white, clear and protected. Feel yourself now Breathe in deep to your belly. Exhale long. Feel yourself. Your sovereign, clear, free power. And from this space, let us enter our practice. And so it is.
So let your feet become a little wider than hips width apart. And then unlock the knees. And then rebound a little bit in your body so that you feel springy. Our Qigong practices are a balance of compressing and rebounding, building energy and letting it go. So find that right from the start, that the simplest movement of slightly bending and release the knees already is bringing in this spring-like effect. And then let the knees stay a little bent with the hips tucked in. And let's loosen the shoulders by lifting them up towards the ears and letting them slide down the back. Oh, letting the breath out with a sigh or a sound whenever that's there for you. We cultivate energy by breathing through the nose. And we release and relax by breathing out through the mouth. Exaggerate big, slow circles. Let your arms and your hands start to join. And move through a warm-up of the whole arm. So maybe it's one hand at a time. A slow motion, flowing, graceful backstroke. Making sure that you allow your wrists and fingers to bend and straighten, to flex and extend. You can let your body turn and twist. And take around 10 or so nice slow breaths, breathing into any variation. Opening the elbows and closing the elbows. Twisting the hands inward and outward. We're opening the meridians, the energy pathways that connect your deep vital organs with your arms, hands, legs, and feet. Creating the opportunity for natural flow. Now, if you find your head and your neck wanting to stretch or release, you can give in to that. Relaxing your face, blinking the eyes. And start to turn your head side to side. Either with the arms or letting the arm fade away when you would like. Finding soon a few circles with the head. And then letting these circles move down to the waist. So with your hands on your hips or on your lower back, start to make some circles of the lower back. With our warm-up today, we'll be focusing on the back because the crane is a beautiful flying pose that involves a gentle back bend. So our warm-ups will be moving the spine in all the ways that it does so that we can Practice the crane with comfort. Making the circles as large as you'd like. And then they can be a little smaller. Letting the circles become very small and then changing direction. Tilting and moving the hips, breathing into your body, letting the knees soften and compress and extend. Finding that springiness in the legs. Good. And then letting those circles become smaller. And relax. Shake out your legs, bend the toes backwards and forwards. Energy moves in and out through your feet and through your hands. So we do a lot of shaking and releasing and stretching of the feet to make sure, the feet and the hands, to make sure that those stay open. So that stale, stagnant energy is released into the ground and fresh energy comes from the universe around us. One of my teachers taught me that there is abundant chi everywhere. There's abundant chi. So if we're not feeling it, if we're feeling low energy, it's something internal to us in our energy, in our body, in our mind, or in our emotions that is inhibiting that flow of energy. It's not due to a lack of supply. So here we go. Turn the feet with the feet wider than hip width apart. Start to turn from the waist and the hips. And let's wake up some chi now. So this is called the chi belt. Your waist, your hips, our digestive organs, reproductive, everything that keeps us alive is in this area. So tap and slap and bump, and let's wake it up. Say, come on, let's get online here, 100%. First, keeping the legs strong and steady, so we're twisting in the back. Let your hands move around so they bump into all different parts of your body. If this feels okay to you, go even a little more vigorous. So you're turning back and the hands are making really firm contact. And then you can start to lift a heel, go deeper into the twist, tapping your upper shoulder or your back or your neck, looking behind you if you'd like. Remember the sigh is the letting go, and then breathing through your nose. Nice full deep breaths in between. And slow it down. As this one comes to a close, let your eyes lower or close, and let's turn within and feel what's already happened in our warm up. So bring all your attention to the palms of your hands. And as you breathe, imagine that you have lungs in your hands and that the breath is moving in and out of that part, in and out of that area. Feel within. Gradually, gradually bringing your attention more and more and more within your experience. Good. And relax and release. All right, so learning to fly. So we'll do spreading the feathers. So bring your hands out in front of you like you're holding something gently, and keep some energy in your fingers with our practice. So they're not completely limp, nor are they fired up and on. There's an in-between. There's a gentleness to an in-between. And with this one, we bring the hands in, turning the little pinky fingers behind us, and then come forward and out the other way. So we're turning our hands fully inward and outward as they go behind the body, releasing the shoulders and neck. So find your breath, find the simplicity of this. Notice that your feet are still firmly rooted and knees are soft. And then the next time your hands are behind you, lay your head over to one side and make a few circles with the chin. Create a little traction for your neck. And then come on back to the front. Let's go to the other side. So bring the hands behind, rotate them, bring that head over to the other side, and then a few circles with the chin. Going one way or both ways. Good. And then relax. We'll do the eagle side stretch now. So with this one, you bring one hand to the waist and you step the other foot behind you and just rest on the outside of that foot and then lean up and over for a deep side stretch. And then as you come back to the middle, in between these, pretend that you've got wings. So you're softly setting down because birds are very light on their feet, and the hands do a little. And then so explore the wing hands, right? You're leading with the wrist, and a very gentle wave is moving up and down. We'll use this as a way of grounding in between the moves. So then the hands kind of float up and you step the other foot behind, bracing yourself on the waist, and then the hand comes up and over. Big stretch, palm to the sky, look up at your hand if that's comfortable for your neck. Stretch, reach, and then come on back to the middle, set the foot down lightly and float the hands down. And then hand to the waist, step behind you, up and over, stretch the whole outside of the body. And then back to the front. And the hands float. Really get into that feeling of lightness now with these. So step the foot behind you. As you step, make it so that you're silent on the floor. Stepping down as lightly as you can. Coming back. And then up and over. Remembering what Daniela said, move at your own pace. Linger as long as you'd like. Follow along with some of my suggestions or go with what you feel within. Good. And then coming back to the middle. The hands float a few times. Imagine they're so light that They just lift and lower a little all by themselves. All right, last couple for warming the spine. So for the wave, you bring a hand to the lower belly and a hand to the tailbone and bend the knees and then swim your body up. Let a wave move, starting with the hips and ending with a little lift of the chin as your face turns back to receive that golden glow of the sun, which is always shining. To relax your face, smile a little, let your eyes glitter. Grounding into the earth, pushing off, letting the wave come up and receiving the sun at the end. And if you have this move, you can relax the hands. Just keep going, maximum movement of the hips to release the low back. Moving as slowly as you'd like. Breathing in and out through the nose. And have the intention of cultivating energy. You can say, fill me up, I'm ready. Recharge me. And then coming back up. And we do the opening the heart to the sky. So the hands spiral in and then they come forward, kind of like we did before with the feathers. And they go out and take yourself into a nice back bend, especially the upper back, leaning back slightly. And then bring it in, wrap yourself up and lift the heels. So now the center of the back goes to the sky. And then the heels tap down and open. Opening the heart to the sky, looking up, and then bring it in. Give yourself a hug. And release. Shine your heart forward. Find that spark of love, that spark of joy that is deep in the heart, and let it bloom. And wrap it up. Bring it back to yourself. Recharging with self-love. And then again. Now use your core strength for this back bend to protect your back and take it as far back as feels comfortable, especially in the upper back. And then wrap it up. Practice is about the fire element, that glow, that red glow in the heart. That is love, that is joy. It's a little easier to find in the summer, and so here we practice it in the winter. And you can relax and release. Let's find that bird step down. Feeling the hands float once more. Let's melt into a forward fold. Last two warm-ups to prepare the body for the heart. First the hamstrings and then the psoas. So you can just melt forward, bending the knees, bringing your hands to your legs, to the floor, to opposite elbows, into the dangling pose. Let your head be heavy. Be sure to support yourself. If your back doesn't love this, then you can bring the hands to a tabletop or a windowsill. Or if you have a little vertigo project, also you can do this one without coming all the way down. But if you can dangle, let the knees soften so the whole back drapes to the floor. Bend the knees, roll on up very gently, walking your hands up your legs. Let yourself steady. Feel within. All right, for the last warm up, we want to warm the psoas, the front of the top of the thigh. So what we'll do here is step 1 foot back into a lunge, and you're up on the tippy toes in the back, and there's some width between your feet. Bring your hands around behind you and interlace the fingers and reach the knuckles away from you. And then as you bend both knees to come down a little, the hands go up a little. And then straighten. So you're wrapping your shoulders around behind your back. Bend those knees. Playing with that edge of the stretch in your thigh. And if this is uncomfortable for your shoulders, just keep the hands on the hips. We'll do both sides a few times. Step forward. This one could be kind of intense. Step back with the other foot up on the tippy toes. You can also use a balance or support for a chair or a wall. And bend up and down from here. This is great. Or you can bring your hands around behind you, interlace, maybe interlace the opposite way. And then as you bend both knees, the hands lift a little to let that heart light shine forward. So there's a little bit of a back bend in the upper back. And this is part of the crane. So explore this feeling of lifting the top of the chest. Gaze is steady, looking towards what you love, even as we stretch the thigh. And then step forward. Now, can you do it lightly and touch down silently? Float the hands down like they're wings. And then inhale the other foot back. We'll do both sides again. Any variation that you'd like. If your hands are on the hips, though, still explore trying to bring the shoulder blades together to lift the sternum. And up both knees a few times, up and down. Notice the difference on the second time. And then step forward. And other foot, step back. Same thing. If you're supporting yourself with your hands, still try to bring the shoulder blades back behind you. Lift the hands as you lower, and lower the hands as you come up. And step forward. Whew. Find your way back to steadiness. Shake it out. Shake your legs, shake your arms. All right, here we go. So you're welcome to move along with me as I speak this, or you can watch it a few times. The crane is a very graceful move. It's a one-legged balance pose, so you're welcome to have a chair nearby to steady yourself and stay in the pose as long as you like. Come out of it. So play with the crane. See if we can find the grace in flight and the lightness in effortlessly soaring. Okay, so here's what we do for the crane. You do one side at a time, so you can pick either side. The hands come up. Let's see what's the best way to show this. How about here? The hands float up like we've been practicing, and then they come down to shoulder height. One leg comes up with the knee, extend it forward, pointing the toe, and then swing that leg around behind you, bending the knee, and then flex both wrists and bring your hands behind you as well, looking forward, and that's the crane. and then stepping down and floating the hands down, stepping down lightly. Inhale, the hands come up above shoulder height, and then they lower right to shoulder height. Shift the weight over to the other leg, lift the knee, extend the foot, and then swing the leg all the way around behind you, bending the knee, pointing toes to the ceiling. And then the fingers point to the sky as well, and the hands come behind you. Feel your heart shine forward, and then release. Step down as silently as you can. Float the hands down. Inhale, the hands come up, and then they settle at shoulder level. Shift over, pick up a knee, extend the knee, point the toe, swing it around behind you, bend it to the sky, hands flex and come around behind you, almost like you're trying to touch your foot to your head. Look forward, breathe in, exhale, come on back up, step down. Stay with me or take a breather anytime you'd like. Hands float up, exhale, shoulder height. Inhale, knee comes up and extends. Exhale, it comes around behind you. Point the fingers to the sky, reach back with the hands, point the toes to the sky, lift your chest, shine forward, and float the foot and the hands down. Do a little float in between, steady yourself. And keep going, hands float up. They come to shoulder height. Extend the leg forward, point the toes, bring it around, point the foot to the sky. If you're steady here, take a full breath in and hold the breath in the crane. Exhale, come to vertical. Ooh. In between, loosen, relax anything you can, shoulders, neck. See if we can do one with a little less effort. Hands float up and float down. And let's just do an in-between here. Float the hands up and float the hands down. Let your whole body do the simpler move to find the effortless movement of the arms. Relax your shoulders so that you're not adding any tension. And here we go. And if you'd like, they come up and then they settle down. Relax your shoulders already. And then shift over and really engage your core strength and lift your foot from there. And then with your core engaged, bring it around and back. Maybe don't lift things as high. Try to find a simpler way. And then the crane steps down. Float the hands once in between. Hands come way up and then they come to shoulder height. Relax the shoulders. Steady yourself on one foot. Try to lift your knee with your core strength. Extend with your core strength. Lift that foot high. Swing it around. Open it up. And step it down. As the hands float in between, give yourself a little smile. Now that you've got the movement and the breath, really connect to the spirit of the move. That's the third part of Qigong, is connect to the spirit. The spirit here is finding that spark of love in your heart and shining it forward, showing you the way. Let your life become full of bloom. Your heart is full of love for yourself, so that you can be focused on what's important and you can share love generously with others. So let's connect to the spirit of the crane for our last set on either side. As you inhale, the hands come up and then float down to shoulder height. Engage with your core, lift the knee, extend the foot, swing it around behind you, point the toes to the sky, and the hands behind you, point the fingers to the sky. Breathe, smile, shine your heart, and float down. In between, settle. And all the way up go the hands, back to shoulder height, other side. Lift with your core strength. Keep your foot high as you swing it around. Point to the sky. Lift the heart to the sky. Breathe. And then float it down. Step it down. Let the hands turn to the sky. Inhale. Let's collect the chi. Let's center and ground. Letting go of the crane. Hands come up. Turn to the sky. Inhale. And exhale. Feel within. Moving your hands slowly through your energy field. The hands float up and then they turn to the sky. Inhale, collect the chi. Exhale, release and relax. No more effort needed now. Have your body full of vibrant energy. And then relax the hand. Keep all your attention within, where you find a comfortable stance. Take a few breaths in stillness, and then we'll move into our meditation. So hold steady, breathe in. Every breath in, the light of the heart glows a little brighter. Every breath out, smile and relax. And from our heart of compassion, we naturally want to offer and to share the goodness that our life is with others. So we move into our closing practice called the lotus flow, where if you'd like, you may think of a person, situation, circumstance that has asked for help or that you think might be willing and able to receive some of your good energy that you've cultivated here. Not to change the circumstance, rather to provide support to help them manage and feel a little uplifting. So for the lotus flow of loving kindness, we sweep the hands down as if we're bringing earth energy up to the heart. And then the hands float back down and they gently sweep up overhead, and we touch all the fingertips together and then bring the light of this candle flame down through our head center into the heart center where it mixes with the earth energy. And then we share it forward, keeping the hands in the shape of a diamond. And then we scoop. So get the movement first with the breath, and then you can bring the intention in for this sacred healing practice if you'd like. Fine to keep this focused 100% on yourself as well. All right, so there's 2 breaths, each with a full movement in between. I'll speak it through again. We inhale, scoop the hands up from the earth. The back of the hands come towards each other without touching, rising up to the level of the heart. And then the hands float down. Inhale, effortlessly come above your head. All the fingertips touch. The hands come down right to the heart. And then you smile as you shine your heart forward through the diamond shape in your fingers. Inhale, gather energy from the earth. Exhale, relax. Inhale, gather energy from the stars above. Exhale, the hands come down in front of the heart, and then shine this light forward. So slow it down, move with your breath. Full, slow, deep breaths. Your eyes can be opened or closed. And if you'd like, bring your attention of compassion and of healing to someone who you think might be willing to receive. Keep your shoulder blades wrapped around behind you so your heart stays lifted. The knees are soft. And Daniela, whenever you feel like it's ready, would you add to this or bring it to a close and bring our session to completion? Letting your hands become these gentle bird wings as you let the formal movement melt and shift and slow down.
Feeling yourself now in the golden white sphere that has been enveloping you this whole time. Drawing light and energy in from the golden white light that surrounds you and sending it outward in all directions, sending out billions upon billions of golden white spheres to travel in all directions and in all times, to be received by those for whom this is a direct answer to a request or prayer made. Feel that love, that power, the wisdom, the protection, the healing being sent out to many in all directions and in all times. In your own beautiful, caring way, let us imagine in our beautiful home planet for right now, Mother Earth in front of us with all her sacred inhabitants and all of the elements, the lands, the seas, the waters, the air, the oxygen, space, the Earth's core, the fire, the heat, the sun. the water creatures, the land creatures, the air creatures, the rocks and minerals, the elements, the insects. Let us inhale deep this golden white light and now exhale, wrapping our home planet with 23 layers of this healing, blessing, loving, and protective light and energy. Let us see and feel, using all our senses, this light, this energy being absorbed, received and absorbed by all of Earth's inhabitants and by Earth herself. Let us see and set that as a steady and perpetual care around our home planet. May all beings know happiness. May all beings know peace. May all beings know health. And may all beings know freedom. Breathing in deep, exhaling long. And so it is, friends. And so it is.
Relaxing, releasing. Being gentle with yourself. With transitions into and out of our Qigong practice. You are always welcome to honor yourself, take some time for meditation or for rest, go for a walk outside. There's no need to come back to the mental body conversation right away if you like the space you're in. Also giving time for your own heart, for the emotions that are flowing. Let there be some time and space in your day to really feel what you're feeling. Thank you all. Daniela and I are so delighted and so honored that you said yes to be with us today, to be able to share some of these practices that have made such a huge difference in our life. It really brings us really great joy to feel the changes that these practices make in our students and you and your lives as they have in ours. So with great thanks and great respect, thank you. Thank you.